and do some good. We're talking about Uncrate Africa. We brought this to you last year. Back again is Alexandra Weston, and this year Danielle Snyder with Dannijo. You work with your sister, create beautiful jewels, and we're talking about how and why this is such an important curation for Holt Renfrew, where you can buy something and give back to the community yet again. You team up with a different designer every year. This year it's Dannijo. You're one half of Dannijo with your sister. And talk to us about where you went this time.
So this time we wanted to do a deep dive into Africa. It's a continent that still relies really heavily on traditional craft and craftsmanship for livelihood. And the Dannijo girls have been working with a social enterprise in Rwanda called Uncrate Africa for years now.
Talk to us about that and the packaging, right, for all of the jewels?
Yes, so actually Jody and I were involved. I had co-founded a nonprofit that fundraised for grassroots initiatives in Africa, and that was sort of what led us to, the brand is so rooted in these types of initiatives. And when we met Uncrate Africa, we decided very early on we wanted them to do the packaging for the Dannijo bibs, and the design sold at Dannijo.com. So we started with a very small scale project. And when we talked to Holt Renfrew about it.
Yeah, I mean, it was a perfect fit. And so we decided we wanted to travel there. We wanted to meet the people whose lives were being impacted by these products, by this partnership. And actually, when we went to the little embroidery co-op where Dannijo placed their first order for the little pouches, seems like such a small thing, the women told this inspiring story about how they went from 2 sewing machines and 4 women sharing the sewing machines to actually a proper workshop. They each have their own sewing machine, and now they're well connected to the global marketplace through Uncrate Africa, producing many different things.
And they'd otherwise have no opportunities to make any source of income. So let's talk through some of the items that are available for the next 2 months.
So these are really exciting. Dannijo expanded a little bit outside of their jewelry into some homeware to really incorporate the traditional craft that exists in Rwanda. So these are all from Weaving Cooperative that we visited. We visited over 11 different cooperatives when we were there, and Danny can talk to some of the designs.
Yeah, please do. They're beautifully crafted.
Thank you so much. It was really important to us, like Alexandra said, to focus on what the skill set was and what the women were already really great at making. So we just added our little Dannijo flair, so fringe to some of the baskets.
So beautiful.
We tweaked some of the color palettes. The idea was it should go in anyone's home to kind of spruce it up, add a little bit of a rustic, indigenous feel. Obviously the jewelry is something that we specialize in, so that was a natural collaboration with the women's groups.
Stunning statement pieces. Break it, you buy it, Dina, which I would gladly do.
And we also did, we collaborated with one of the cooperatives that focuses on horn and tin, and did some beautiful collars and cuffs, as well as friendship bangles.
These are so lightweight and adorable for any age.
So those are actually made at the cooperative. They use a local plant, and inside the plant looks like an aloe vera. They break it open, and inside is a sinew that they dye into these bright colors, and on the inside is just a local grass. And so they weave it, and the great thing about those is they're really entry level for anyone who wants to be part of the collaboration, have a little bit of Dannijo. I think they're only around $40.
Look at this
Jody just had a baby.
Oh
my sister just had a baby.
Did she? Congrats.
Bibs for babies. And this is our signature silhouette, the bib that we've got right here. And that was a way to sort of translate it into something that the women's cooperatives were really great at creating.
And can I just say, when you were here last year, you inspired me, and I did buy this 12 months ago. It has lasted me. It's so durable. It's reversible. It's really beautiful handmade goods. I get complimented, and it makes me feel good to know I gave back and I'm helping somebody who otherwise wouldn't have a source of income. So make sure you guys support, and you're kind enough to be giving a surprise. Today we're giving away 2 beautiful items from Holt Renfrew's Uncrate Africa Boutique. Holt Renfrew, Dannijo, Uncrate Africa basket, and Zaya, is it Zaya Kenya?
Zia Kenya.
Zia Kenya, thank you very much. Coasters, the value is $400 to win. Go to breakfasttelevision.ca, click on contest for your chance to win, and thank you so much for bringing us these beautiful people, stories, and products.
Thank you.
Thank you. Right now, over to Melanie Ng in the newsroom.